Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. This will be the last nightcap of 2017. I only hope I'm still doing nightcaps this time next year in 2018. I do get a lot of pleasure from actually producing the videos. I enjoy doing it. I do like pissing about on camera. Anyway, tonight's nightcap. Stig comes down with Mick and we'll do the draw for the Smith's tachometer that Bob has kindly refurbished for us.
Don't touch it.
There's a what? Bastards away back in.
Right, come on, Stig, in there, find it.
Yeah. That's a what?
Right, there's two come out, there's three come out.
Anyone, Mick?
Anyone. Stuck with his beard. Bit reluctant there, isn't he?
Lee Adams. Good lad. Right, mate, that was great, thanks very much. Stig, he's kind of lost an interest a little bit in the buckets, so we've now want to put a treat in for him. But anyway, he did manage to get a few names out, and Mick just took a random one out of the three. So all you're going to do is email me your address, and I'll get that posted off to you as soon as I can this next week. I'm going to do another draw this week. I want to keep on doing draws because people keep sending us things, and specifically to give away in the draw. I got a nice Mitutoyo micrometer given last week, 0 to 25mm. That's better than the micrometer I use. I also have a brand new one that's too good to use. So what I'm going to do is sort of my number 2 micrometer. I'm going to give that away this week. So all you have to do to get a chance of winning this micrometer. That's a micrometer there. You'll have seen me using this plenty of times. Mitutoyo is really good gear. Comes with a certificate there as well as a adjusting spanner. Certainly be a well worth addition to anybody's toolkit. All you have to do is send me an email. That's my email up there, and all I need is your name, your full name, like John Mills, not just John. Your name goes into the bucket. If your name's pulled out, I'll post it off to you anywhere in the world, completely free of charge. As I've always said, it's just a little way of me giving something back for all the support I've had over the last few years, really. I do some screw cutting on the lathe. I've bought a new microphone. I'm going to try and do a little bit of voiceover work on some of me more instructional videos. So I bought a decent microphone, and I start making a microphone stand for it, like an anti-vibration stand, and I even get a little bit of more time on the plasma cutter, cutting 1 or 2 bits and pieces out for it. I'll show a little bit of that probably in part 2. Every time you change the jaws over a chuck, or you take it out, it pays it to give it a blow out and a clean. You always got little bits of swath going down the back of the screw and bits jammed into the teeth on the chuck jaw. Obviously I've got safety glasses on, using compressed air. A small amount of light oil on the screw won't do any harm. This is just a thin hydraulic type of oil. Not too much because it'll spray out and get you. Then you couldn't have put the chuck together. The jaws are numbered. That's number 1. So we need to find jaw number 1. You turn it around and you see the start of the scroll. This is a cheap, not that cheap, but it's an imported chuck. It's not the best, but for what I paid for it, it's not too bad at all. it. When I first got this, I did spend a little bit of time with a wire wheel, just knocking some of the burrs off it. Right, and lastly, number 4. Right, all meet in the middle, which means we must have it together correctly. And that's moving a lot nicer, a lot freer than it was. There's actually an oil point there for a high pressure type of oiler. This might work, might not. Just putting some in. Oops. It's all come pissing out again. Right. So the chuck there was definitely a lot smaller to use. It's within sort of 10th thou run out, which is not bad for a self-centering chuck. Anything really accurate, I either use a 4-jaw chuck to set things up in, or I use a collet. Right. I bought this microphone for myself for Christmas. I'm going to try and do a lot more voiceovers on my videos instead of recording live audio, and possibly people can understand what I'm saying a lot better, because I'll be able to talk slowly and not get quite so excited. It's quite a nice mic called a Blue Yeti, similar to the mic they use for YouTube video. It's simple USB plug and play. It's on a nice heavy desk mount. The problem is, if you touch the desk or you touch the microphone or you're typing, the microphone is that sensitive, it picks every single sound up. Right, so what I intend to do, I'm going to make a shock mount for it. I've seen quite a few. They're basically 2-3 rings held apart by rubber bands, and the microphone's mounted into there. I could buy one, but they're like $100 dollars, about £80, so it's not. I'm not going to buy one when I can make one. The thread in the end of here is, from what I got, 5/8 by 26 TPI. 1mm pitch thread is 25.4. It's only a microphone stand, as I keep saying, not a nuclear reactor blanking plug. So I'm sure that a 1mm, that's a 1mm pitch gauge there, and that fits in quite nicely. So I'm just going to turn and adapt that to screw into there. You can buy them, but what's the point in having a lathe if you can't make an adapter? And I've done no screw cutting for a while, so I'm going to make probably a brass adapter to screw into there as a start for the damper mount or the shock mount for the microphone. Yeah, that's a good fit in there, that 1mm pitch, or a good enough fit for what I need it to do. That's coming up with 15. It gives half a mil thread aside if I make it 16. So if I turn something to 16mm, screw cut it 1mm pitch, which is easy on this metric lathe, that'll be a good start. I've got a piece of nice bronze bar here. I'm just going to make it out of that, because that's all it needs to be. So I'll make that to screw into the base. I'll put a knurled finish on it, and I'll drill and tap it. It'll be 1/4 Whitworth or 1/4 UNC. Then it means that the microphone will also fit on all my tripods and all my various camera mounts, just in case I decide to need it that way. I try and keep all my camera stuff's all 1/4 Whitworth or 1/4 UNC. It seems to be a standard fitting on cameras. It's quite amazing in this geometric that cameras still use 1/4 Whitworth anyway they do. The microphones use 5/8 by 26. run the lathe in back here for a little bit just to get the oil round. So I've been round it here. Just before we crank it up, we're going to do some velocity. This is nice stuff to machine. Except it flies everywhere. Right, that's dead on 16mm. If I wiggle around it will be. Right, it is 16mm. I'm just going to put a little recess in there for the parting off tool to end up in, to drop off into. I think you meant to say the screw cutting tool to drop off into. Enough. Right. I've got a 60-degree high-speed steel tool here. It's one of the tool I've grown. You need to set it on centre height. As you can see, it's too high, so we'll drop it down until it is the same height as the tailstock centre. It's not rocket science, but it is important that they're at the correct height. Right, the next thing we need to set is to make sure that the tool is actually square onto the job. For that we use one of these. Some people call them a fishtail. It's a good fit on the, well it is, that is the 60-degree there. So all I do is simply push that in until it's touching the, that's touching the lathe chuck across there, and that's set. You can see that's fitting perfectly in the 60-degree cut out, and that's sitting touching the chuck, so like me nothing else other than at the right angle of the job. Right, this lathe is metric. It's got a screw cutting gearbox on it. It's asking us to put in those change wheels, which are already in there all the time. So all I need to do is find the 1mm pitch, which is that one. So that goes into there, and it shows us the position of the arrows, the levers, rather, the end one. So it shows that one going that way, and both those two going forward as well. Right, so we're on 1mm pitch, the right change wheels, forward, and the third lever forward. The third lever is the one that makes this Harrison 140 unique. A lot of the Harrisons have only got those two, and you have to do a lot more pissing about with change wheels. I removed this plate from the lathe just because I've got a travel dial indicator mounting where this should be. But what it's telling us is that for all those top pitches, which is 0.5, 7.5, 1, 125, all I need to do is engage the lead screw on any line on the indicator, which is basically anywhere. Normally for screw cutting you would put the feed on with a compound slide. With a compound slide set at the right angle so it only cuts on one side of the tool. But for the 1mm pitch thread, it's very shallow. I'm just going to use direct feed straight in. Right, so our gearbox is set up, the tool's set up, and that's running at a reasonable speed. That's you can screw cut faster than that, but that's fast enough for me. Right, so I'm simply going to bring it in, touch it off, there, zero the dial on the cross slide, which is there, back it off. Right, so back to zero, I'll put in put on 0.2mm cut, any line on there, won't come around. Right, that's engaged. That's just engaged out, back to the beginning, back to zero. Check that that is cutting the correct thread. It looks right. Yeah, it's spot on. Right, the job's a good one. I'm just going to shorten it down. I really should have put a narrower slot in. For the parting tool to drop into. But it isn't going to take a fantastic amount of thread to do what I need it to do. Chamfer on there. Right, and that screws in grand. I'll put a whipworth thread in there, put a nail on there and part it off. Slow that down a little bit. And some more. I'll finish putting the threads in with a plug top once I get it parted off. At least the threads are started nice and straight. That's a nice little pattern on there. Now just in case of parting it off. I'm just going to square the shoulder up before parting it off. Like that. I've got a nice gentle grip of it. All I want to do is face the back and just knock that corner off there. Right, that's it. If you're paying for my time, that would be the most expensive camera bush in the world probably, because well, I'm just pissing about across the holidays. It's I enjoy doing it. Right, so that converts that from 5/8 26 to quarter width. Actually quarter AONC.